to perform for you a fully improvised play in the style of The Next Generation. Before we beam aboard the U.S.S. McGinley, we'll need to get a security clearance in the form of a suggestion. Can I get a reason to travel?
Business.
Business.
Escaping your in-laws.
Escaping your in-laws.
Exploration.
Medical treatment.
Escaping the law.
Escaping your in-laws is the security clearance. U.S.S. McGinley, we are ready to beam up.
That you were married, Deadman? 1 month.
Yes, it was a very short month.
I would say if it was 1 month of marriage, it would be a very long month if it ended so poorly.
Well, unfortunately, it was a short trip straight down.
Really?
Yeah.
No further contact after that, huh?
Yes, I mean, there was a bit of contact. After all, there was a bit of contact.
Walking, I'll keep walking.
No, it's all right. I'm sorry, it just fills me with a lot of anxiety.
You're stressed because your in-laws are coming aboard the McGinley.
They're not my in-laws anymore.
Your past in-laws. Maybe your future. Maybe it'll work out.
I don't think Allaria's parents are at all interested. Allaria and I were married for a very short time. Very short. I mean, technically speaking, 3 weeks is a month.
You seem anxious.
Yes, I am. They didn't like me very much. I don't know why, but they didn't like me very much. They did everything in their power to stop the two of us from being together. I mean, I wanted nothing more than to make her feel loved and cared for. And I don't know, I just wasn't capable of it, I guess.
Why bother meeting her parents now, then?
It's the right thing to do. No, it's not. You don't think it's the right thing to do? I mean, they're going to be on board the McGinley. I should at least say hello to them.
Well, it seems like a very shallow reason, that's for sure.
Boots, are you trying to antagonize me? Where's this coming from?
I like seeing you squirm,
Yeah,
Deadman.
I appreciate that. Thank you. Yeah, maybe I should go downstairs to engineering and see how things are doing, shall we? Space, the final frontier. These are the voyages of the starship McGinley. Its continuing mission, to explore strange new worlds, to seek out new life and new civilizations, to boldly go where no one has gone before. Starring Paul Hungerford as Commander Jack Deadman.
Amanda Troop as Chief of Operations, Lieutenant Commander Allaria Veena.
Scott Palmanson as Chief Medical Officer, Dr. Alistair Scott.
Sara Mountjoy-Pepka as Chief of Engineering, Lieutenant Janie Boots.
Laurie Jones as Nurse Mara Culverson.
And Rob Ullet as Counselor Trulock.
Engage.
Barnes has signaled they'll be ready in 1 moment.
Very good. Thank you, Boots. Boots. You're an orphan.
Yes.
No, it's fine. I don't want to make you feel uncomfortable.
You were about to tell me that it's better that my parents are dead.
No! I would never say that. What I was going to say is, you know how parents are, which is even more inappropriate.
I didn't know that till I was 9.
You
before
don't?
they died.
No. It's not really the same. I mean, it's similar. I'm not trying to...
I have heard that Betazoid parents are a special type of parents. They can be a little bit more difficult because if you can read your children's mind, well, what can you hide from them?
That is exactly right. Are you an empath today?
No, I'm just extremely intelligent and well-read. All right, here they are. Not transporting. Oh, there we come. Brought them in 2 shifts, Commander.
Strange, but excellent.
Your father was running late.
I
Of
apologize,
course.
my darling.
Here.
So nice to see you.
Wonderful to see you, Father. And Mother, let me help you down from our transporter platform. You look, yes, I know. Well, it's not what you think. Well, how was I supposed to know that? You could send a subspace communication. I don't... You don't like technology. That is not on me. Okay.
Your father's right.
He is... I am happy you're here. We will go have a nice dinner in 10 Forward. I have a bottle of Valerian wine for you.
Hands first.
Yes, I'm happy to see you both. Now, I'm not going to change my hair.
I don't see what the big deal is. They used to be your in-laws, right?
They used to be. Does not mean they are.
You know, as chief medical officer, I have to deal with people's parents all the time. Subspace communications, and you just get used to it. You're telling me you never got used to these two?
No, I don't. They talk with moving their lips. How am I supposed to know what they're saying?
You listen with your heart, Jack.
Is that what this is about?
Yes, about listening with your heart. I told you not to skip that class. Interhumanoid relations. It was 3rd period.
I know when it was. I know when it was, okay? I want to be in Starfleet. This is what I want to do. I don't want to be a husband and raise little babies on planets or say nunite and all that. I want to bounce from star system to star system. I want to have an adventure. I didn't want to be locked down.
Commander Jack Deadman. Always a commander, but never the human.
I know, Doctor.
I can say stuff like that
Yeah.
to you because we're friends.
Yeah. As a doctor, do you always go back and open old wounds?
Sometimes you have to, Jack. Sometimes you have to. Computer and program. Jack, what's the worst that can happen?
Whenever you say that, something really bad happens.
It's nice to have you here. I don't get to talk to anyone like this, you know.
We've missed you.
You've missed me.
We have.
We have, darling. Absolutely, we've missed you.
I'm sure your diplomatic obligations keep you very well occupied.
Of course. We were, most recently we met with the Zorons of Ultron 3.
Oh, that's right, we did. We met with the Zorons.
Oh,
All fun.
that went really well, didn't it?
We,
You were
we helped them broker a peace agreement.
in the nude. Wonderful.
Oh, darling, I told you not to bring up that story. The visual imagery for her would just be too intense. It was in the nude.
That is the way we do business. That is the way we conduct ourselves. You know that very well.
We find it to be most effective.
Yes, absolutely.
I thought it was just reserved for weddings. But I'm not a diplomat. I'm a operations chief.
When you approach an adversary with nothing at all, but your open arms and willingness to greet them, how can they not be put at ease? They will settle back. They will realize that we mean nothing but comfort and peace.
That's exactly right, darling.
Yes.
I want to be that unguarded. I want to have that kind of freedom. But, you know, it's impossible for me. The kind of openness you're talking about, that's for an Allaria that doesn't have Borg implants in her head.
We know, darling. We know this has been a struggle for you. We know that you deal with being Borg. Part Borg. We know you're the same Allaria we've always known and loved. But darling, you put up walls within yourself all of the time and you don't let people in. It's a tragedy.
Darling, do you wish to tell her or should I?
Tell me what?
Tell her.
There is an experimental procedure that has been developed on Beta Z to remove the implant. However, you would need to remain on Beta Z for the rest of your life.
Let's get a little closer to this cluster, shall we?
Scanning cluster, bringing her in at Mach 2.
Here we are. That should do it for our science team. They should be able to take care of business from here.
I love it, there, Commander. I've been looking forward to getting to work on it.
Very well.
Apologies, Commander.
I appreciate you being on the bridge.
Of course.
Jack, you keep looking at me funny.
Keep acting funny.
You
Counselor,
keep acting.
it's perhaps you can help me in sick bay. I need your help.
You do? For what purpose?
I'll tell you on the way. Ensign, I could also use you as well.
Absolutely, sir.
I find this very strange.
Can I see you in my ready room? What's wrong? Your parents, I understand. I'm sure that's driving you
What's
crazy.
wrong with me? What's wrong with you? I'm working. You're the one that's looking at me all the time.
Very well. Let's call it out, shall we?
All right, let's call it out.
Since you came on duty this morning, all I've seen you do is focused completely on your job. You haven't commented once about what I'm doing. You haven't told me what to do. You haven't disagreed with me. You haven't argued with any command that I've given. That tells me something's wrong.
That is astute. That is astute. But you're not doing anything wrong today. And my mind is elsewhere. Actually, come to think of it, you did do one thing wrong, but I'll just make a note of it in my log.
I'm
Jack.
sorry. You first.
Huh. Do you ever wish that we stayed married?
I admit it. Passed through me a few times.
It's an interesting way to put it.
The thought has passed through my mind a few times.
Yes.
Hi, do you?
My life is command, you know? I can't imagine being on a planet with children and saying night-night to them or something like that. That would be a strange way to spend my time, staying on one planet for a long time.
Yeah, I know what you mean. The idea of reading stories to some little mawing creature. The idea of being responsible and held down to one place.
But what if that one place had something that no other place could give you? What if that one place was the best option for you?
You mean, what if there was some place where, when you looked across the room or the table or across the pillow, you see someone who's sharing that time with you and you're able to share your life with them?
I suppose so. That could be a nice aspect of it.
What were you thinking?
Oh, there's an experimental procedure on Betazoid to remove the Borg implant in my head. But the problem with it is that I would have to remain on Betazoid permanently. Whatever this science lab has come up with, it's not something where I could then travel through the galaxy. I would need to have regular visits to make sure that, I suppose, my brain isn't melting or something terrible. So I'm thinking about settling down. I'm terrified.
Within the 89th perspective. The 89th perspective.
According to these readings, it's kind of like a nursery for stars.
Correct, that is what a perspective is. It's a place where stars seem to gather more than an unusual amount of volume per cubic meter of space.
You mean it's like a giant ovary of galaxies?
If you think about it, it's a place where stars are born. You know, we think about stars being born throughout the Big Bang originally, and then they just expanded out. But no, in a perspective, you see new stars all the time. I mean, that's relative according to science, all the time, every million, every billion years or so, but still, way more than usual. Are you going to ask Laurie to marry you?
No. Why? No. Why?
Here are the perspective readings. Are you going to ask Laurie to marry me?
No one is asking.
Everyone's talking.
No,
she gets that implant removed.
But that doesn't. What is going on?
So the purple clusters are ionizations.
Yes.
Like babies
Look.
being born.
I'm aware of what?
It's almost like a big purple storm.
I want nothing to do with babies. I want nothing to do with marriage, and I want absolutely nothing to do with Allaria Veena.
That was good coordination.
Is he gonna do it?
Oh, where?
I was had like a triple beat plan.
I'm so sorry. I'm so sorry. I knew that. I knew. Is he gonna do it?
Not yet.
Or will he?
All the low-down, dirty disrespect.
Ah, you are a commander.
Yes, you must be one of the diplomats on board.
Yes, I am Allaria's father.
How do
It's a
you
pleasure to meet you.
Jack Deadman. You got quite a grip there.
Thank you. Nice to see you, Jack.
You as well.
Wait, Jack Deadman.
Yes, sir. It's been quite some time.
Have a seat.
Hello, Lorna. No, I'm not Beta Z. I don't understand what you're saying. You have to actually speak the words out loud.
You don't want to hear them.
Can you use your basic human brain and put this together?
It's nice to see you as well.
Have a seat.
All right. How are you finding the accommodations aboard the McGinley?
It's a beautiful ship.
Thank you.
It's very, very accommodating. I was just wandering the hallways, just looking around. I find it very fascinating, this. To be on a ship of this size. It's marvelous. Marvelous.
I'm sure your duties as diplomats take you to see quite a lot of Galaxy-class starships.
Oh yes, many places, many things we experience. All sorts of adventures, don't we?
All sorts of adventures. Sometimes we find ourselves in all sorts of trouble. Make decisions we probably shouldn't have.
You know what the most glorious adventure we've ever taken was?
What's that?
Our life together.
I'm sure it's filled with adventure. I'm sure you two love each other very much.
We do. We love each other. We made a promise and we honored it. It was beautiful. We were naked for 7, 8 days. It was,
You don't have to keep going.
it was a beautiful union.
I'm enjoying the memory.
I don't know what you two think about what happened at the end, but I'm getting the feeling that you think I'm the only one that walked away from that relationship. I'm sure Allaria explained to both of you that it was a mutual decision. We both made that decision. We both agreed that it was the wrong choice to get married. She wanted her career as much as I wanted mine. The fact that we're even on this ship together is a miracle. She was the one who didn't want to be here. She was the one who left, if I recall the exact story. She was the one who came to me and said, I don't think this is working, Jack. I find myself being held back. I can't be who I want to be. I agreed. I wanted her to be happy. That's why I said yes. It's always been my MO. But I guess everybody only sees me as the bad guy, huh? Well, that's fine. I don't mind being the bad guy. These shoulders are broad. They're wide. And if Jack Deadman's got to heave a couple of emotions on the back of my big shoulders and carry them around, that's fine. And if you want to sit there and judge me with your clothes on and you're talking in your head, you go right ahead.
I actually wanted to apologize to you on my daughter's behalf.
On your daughter's behalf.
Well, on our behalf for my daughter,
I too want to apologize.
we know our daughter can be strong-minded, very strong-willed. She can be a hothead at times.
She can, and she's completely closed off to love, to nurturing,
Completely.
to changing her hair.
We hoped that you were going to be a wonderful son-in-law. We hoped that you were going to be together forever. We still hope that you might be able to, I don't know, make her see that she wants a family, that she wants to settle down.
You see, you're a good man. You're a brave man.
You're the only one she's ever dated.
Thank you for telling me that. I didn't know that. Have you spoken to Allaria about this?
Oh, we can't speak to Allaria, and you know how she is. She won't listen. She won't listen to any of us.
Can I ask you a question?
I'm an open book.
This operation, will it help her? Will it make her feel like she's Allaria again, that there's not some part of her that's being pulled out of her, that's being taking her apart from the inside? Can you imagine what it's like to live with everything that goes on in her mind from day to day? Hearing those voices at random, or the moments of pain it must give her.
One can't say what damage the implant has done, what ways it has entwined with her own mind. But we're hopeful. We're very hopeful that this procedure can reverse that damage, that she can be herself again.
Our Allaria again.
Our Allaria. We miss her
We miss her.
desperately. And we're willing to try anything. We just hope that she is too. And we hope that we can find an ally to help convince her to come home with us, to be with her family, where she belongs.
I'll do whatever I can to help support Allaria. I promise.
Oh,
I really hate that part of the tradition.
son. Oh, my son.
Okay.
So, you've had a chance to look over the theory
I have.
for the operation.
I've gone over every single part of it.
Dr. Scott, I know you and I have worked a lot on figuring out ways of brainstorming, if you will, of removing this implant from my head. Do you think, is it possible that this...
I think it's dangerous.
Okay.
Allaria, I can speak to you as Chief Medical Officer Dr. Alistair Scott.
Good.
Or I can talk to you as a friend who also happens to be a doctor. Or I can talk to you like a stranger. We have many options. I would go with the second.
Let's go with the second.
If you were to remove that which was implanted in you,
Yes.
I just think it's too much risk. Yes, medically it might work, but what if it doesn't? You are a Starfleet officer. You are enough as you are.
But I'm alone in my head. I can talk with my parents, I can talk with other empaths, but I can't reach out to anyone else.
But you're not alone. I'm right here. We're all here.
But you're
We
not.
are your family.
No one is in here. No one is inside here. I sometimes feel like the last time I wasn't alone was on the Borg cube. I'm willing to try anything. I just want to know, what are the percentages? What's my chance?
Your chances are fine. Fair at best.
20%?
More like 15.
here around the aft portion of the perspective.
Ionizations are at 75%.
Hold your course.
It's gonna get a little bit rocky, Commander.
Very
Passing between two blue-class stars.
Ah. Yes, they have a large magnetic force.
Really pull against each other, but toward each other as well.
That's what causes their orbit.
Raise shields, please.
They're away
Shields are
from
up.
each other for a large amount of time.
What was that?
The ionization has stopped. The ionization has stopped. I don't know what's happening.
I've lost control of the helm, Commander. Switching to auxiliary.
Scanning now.
Auxiliary failing as well.
It looks like the magnetic force is too strong.
Back us off.
We can't. The magnetic force is so strong you could never get out of the way between these two stars,
Boots,
Commander.
get down to engineering. Get me some power.
Commander,
Yes, Commander.
I am sensing some type of allegory.
Elaborate.
This situation we are in, it is, I don't know, it is emanating some type of experience in real life. There is something about this magnetic situation being drawn and repulsed, it is echoing itself throughout the ship.
You're saying that the experience we're having as a crew right now is also the experience that the people on board this ship are experiencing?
Figuratively, yes.
But what is it actually?
What it actually is are two large gaseous bodies that are being compelled towards each other with us in the middle, which might result in damaging both bodies and also some collateral damage in the middle. It's still very allegorical.
Being pulled in.
Reach to engineering.
Boots here, Commander.
I'm putting all power into the thrusters, but it's not helping.
I have some bad news for you, Commander. The more power and heat that we put into this thing, the more stars are pulling together.
We've lost power. We've lost power on decks 9 through 12.
Emergency power.
Rerouting, Commander.
The hell is going on out there?
Jack, I'm going to do it. I'm going to go have the operation. I think in a situation like this, sometimes the only thing you can do is remove the source of the problem. And in this case, that's me.
Laurie, you're not the problem.
Well, if we could remove one of these gaseous bodies, then we wouldn't be stuck in a magnetic field.
All right.
Which means if we fire a photon torpedo into one of them...
I like the way you think. Loading photon torpedoes.
Photon torpedoes are loaded.
Systems are back on.
Photon
Stand by.
torpedoes are armed.
Full spread. Fire. Anything?
Boots
No,
to
nothing.
bridge! What did you just do? The stars are expanding!
That's what we wanted, Boots.
One more?
One more.
Commander, I would not recommend this. The
Fire!
stars are expanding right in between them. Cool, we're even closer to being crushed now.
Do you have control yet?
I'm not. We're still being pulled in.
Ah! Allaria!
We'll have to fire more.
Something just blew up.
Commander, this is Boots. I managed to stabilize functions for the moment by taking the warp core, expanding the power beyond the ship, and it's creating a kind of traction, like a tractor
Boots,
wheel.
I don't care. Just get us out of here.
Okay, but all I'm saying is we have about 10 minutes. We can stop, we can breathe, we can figure this out.
Great.
Listen, when you threw that tractor beam straight into the sun, it expanded, right?
It was a photon torpedo.
Photon torpedo, whatever you want, Commander. All I'm saying is that the second you throw energy into energy, you know what it does? If you ever put wood into a fire, it makes the fire bigger, right? You want to make that fire go out, you have to pour water on it. So what's the opposite of a star, Commander? Think.
The opposite of a star is a non-star.
Exactly, Commander.
You're saying that you want me to launch zero space into a star?
I'm saying
We'll create a black hole.
Exactly that, Commander. We need to launch non-space into that star to create a black hole. Suck the two stars back into the black hole.
I'll use the nacelles to gather some non-space.
Hey, Commander!
Yeah!
You should marry Allaria before all we die! Not now! You want the general
Stand by!
Everything I've just done, Commander, was to create a non-star.
We have the greatest engineering team in the unit! I'm ready to launch non-stop!
Ready when you are, Commander.
We are all ready up here! Stand by to fire non-star! On my orders! Fire! That did it. Set course for Beta Z.
Setting course for Beta Z.
Engage at warp 7.
Warp 7 it is. I have to say, I doubted you. I doubted. This was the right course of action. Well done.
Nurse Culverson, I need your help in sickbay.
Someone else is gonna have to. Excuse me.
Ensign, get the hell out of here.
Pretty good back there, didn't I?
You did well, Jack. You took suggestions from the crew and you used their strengths.
Yeah, it's pretty good.
We blew up one of those masses. We
used
destroyed
non-star. I heard it in her voice. That was the right thing to do when I heard her say she was going to make non-star.
I thought it was going to be a slight change to this star. I didn't realize it was going to destroy it.
That's true. Destroyed the star and the nebula around it. Luckily, the rest of the ovaries will continue producing little stars to head out into the...
Ovaries?
Yeah, we learned earlier that...
Is that why it's called perspectum?
That's the one, yep.
I'm surprised that Boots didn't invent a perspectivum.
I don't know what that is and I don't want to know.
Fair enough, we weren't married that long. That star was destroyed, but I'm still going to have the operation. Dr. Scott says there's a 15% chance that it will be successful. 15%. It seems like a good risk to be myself. You correcting course?
Yes.
Thank you.
Allaria,
Jack.
is this what you want? Surprised to hear you say that. You're one of the most strong, independent women I've ever met in my life. That's why I fell in love with you.
You're surprised to hear me say what? Which part? Well, if you had actually let me say my next sentence, then you would have heard, well, I would like to feel again.
Well, I would like to let people into my heart again. But perhaps that's not what you want to hear. Perhaps what you want to hear is, good job, Jack. You saved the crew and the ship. You didn't get us blown up. Good job.
All right, hang on. You're right, I like that part. But more importantly, I want your heart to be complete. I want you to feel. I want the Allaria I fell in love with all so long ago be here again.
I do too, Jack.
She's always been there.
It's like my life has been a series of boxes since the cube. I feel trapped inside a box. My emotions are walled in. I'm not a cubic shape.
No, you're not.
Oh, Jack, stop it.
I'm serious.
No, I know I'm not a
You
cubic
are
shape.
one of the most attractive.
Jack, no. We are on the bridge right now.
Yeah, no one's here. It's kind of actually really sexy.
Did you tell my parents that you were the only person I've dated?
I did not tell them that. They said that to me.
Where did they get that idea?
I assumed that they had no idea about your, how much you dated.
I guess they don't. I guess they really don't.
Yeah, you dated a
I mean,
lot.
I don't know how I kept that from them when I was a teenager.
Yeah, it's
A gift for you.
Thank you very much. That's very kind.
You're beaming down in an hour, yes?
Yes, I am.
Open it.
All right. Make yourself comfortable. Do you want anything to drink?
No.
Milk?
All right.
Computer, milk? 15 degrees centigrade? I put a straw in it.
Thank you.
Oh. Did you build this?
No. After we destroyed the perspectum, I looked around for one little piece that was left. I beamed it aboard the ship. And then I cooled it down because stars are really hot. This is star. This is really good melt.
And you put it on a chain?
Yes. I thought you could wear it during your surgery.
Probably not. But I'll wear it before and after. This is beautiful. Thank you.
You're welcome.
Boots, isn't it funny how we're friends now? What, you're not sure if we're friends?
I know we're friends, I just don't like to put the label on it.
That's funny. I guess you don't like labels on anything, do you?
No, but I don't think you do either.
No, I like order. But yes, I guess I do like people that defy labels. Which would mean you. I'll miss you.
I'll miss you too.
They'll probably give you a promotion when I leave.
I hope not, Commander.
Ah, good. Me too, actually. No, you're perfect in engineering. I wouldn't want you to be operations. And also, come to think of it, operations, I don't think that would be your strong suit.
I won't be able to replace you, Allaria. Can I walk you to the transporter room?
Yes, my parents are meeting me there. I'm already packed. I'll miss it. I'll miss all of it. clothes. That's a strange thing to be excited about, but civilian clothes. I'm wearing a dress.
Of course, darling. It's one of the many things that you will love about being home.
We're so happy. We're so happy. Once your operation is complete, I can't wait to take you back to the Flaxon Tarkle pits of Beta Z.
Oh.
Oh, don't you
Do you remember
that?
when you were a child? You used to love going there.
And do you remember when you went to the room of laughter?
Oh, yes, I do, actually.
You walk in and everyone's just
laughing.
Yes.
This is your last chance to marry her.
Are you gonna do it?
You realize that's not how it works, right?
We'll be able to relive your entire childhood.
Well, I don't know if that's exactly what I had in mind.
I have Mora
Not one
and
day at a
Chula
time.
driving the ship right now, so that I can be here to convince you.
There was nobody running before.
Like 2 hours worth of nobody at the helm. I did that for you.
know you did. Thank you.
All the time we'll be able to spend together as a family.
Oh, yes. Think about the life you will lead on Beta Z.
I mean, if it's successful, otherwise I might just be, dead.
Are you ready to beam?
It'll be successful.
Think positively, darling.
That's right.
Allaria.
Think positively.
I love you. Be safe.
All right, let's beam down.
Beaming now.
I'm back.
I beamed back. It took about 10 minutes. That's why everyone was gone already. I thought it would be a little more dramatic somehow.
You're not having the operation.
It's only going to be 15% successful. I don't want to die.
Laurie, you're back.
Yes, and also, furthermore, I don't really know how this ship could get along without me. You know, look at this. Look at how uneven this is.
I'm sorry. I'll work on it.
Good. Are you mad at me? Because I can't tell. I'll never be able to know how you're really feeling.
You should marry Jack.
That is ridiculous. I have no interest in marrying Jack.
We've talked about it. We've decided you should.
No. Why would I marry Jack?
Why not?
That in itself is not a good enough reason.
Then let me state the obvious.
Yes.
Because you're 2 stars. Do I really have to go over this speech?
That whole 2-star thing, it was so obvious.
They were
Pushing and pulling against each other,
destroying
can't resist
everything
each other.
in between them,
Just
sucking in
science.
other people into their trauma, making things really... I may apply for a transfer before I marry Jack. But I would never leave any of you. That's the truth. Maybe we can get married.
Did she say she'd marry Jack yet?
Do you still have a cold?
I've just been worried.
That's why I can't leave. How could I leave this?
We'll let Jack know, I guess.
Okay, you're just gonna leave me in here again? Okay, I'll just go.
Four ensigns we went through, Commander. 4 ensigns that I sent up here to
That's
help.
what Starfleet's for. They give us new ones, we get rid of some, they come back. You're gonna have to spec some changes now.
Sherlock, where have you been?
I meditate. You know that, Doctor. We've gone over this before.
I'm gonna have to try and explain this to Captain Thompson.
Just gonna pop over here and do ops for a bit. Well, Commander, what's the path of least resistance forward?
Well, I wish I knew. If Allaria was here, I could ask her, and I'd probably get some good advice. No matter what.
Permission to enter the bridge, Commander?
Permission granted.
Thank you. I thought I'd just pass through some more.
Change your mind.
I did. I'm not complete. I don't know if removing that part of me would make me complete. But removing all of you would make me someone else.
Well, now that you're here.
And I wanted to propose marriage. No, I'm joking.
Why don't you take the bridge for a little while? You go down to the holodeck, I guess. Joking, old Jack, huh? Old Jack doesn't have a heart, I guess. Doesn't have feelings. Doesn't get his heart broken. Just wide-shouldered Jack.
I do not understand what is funny about the sanctity of marriage.
Nothing.
What do you mean, Chulak?
She said she was making a joke about marrying you.
She's just saying that no one would marry me.
No, what I'm saying is that everyone on this ship wants us to get married, and wouldn't it be funny if... But I don't know, I can't read anybody, so I actually have no idea how my jokes land. I'm very bad at them.
It was hilarious. Honestly, it was really funny.
I have to believe you.
Yeah, that's right.
So I have the comp?
You do.
Wonderful.
You know, as a chief medical officer, I'm also an ordained priest.
Thank you so much.
Putting that out there and going back to my station.
Commander, it's good to have you back.
My God, at least kiss or something. Anything.
We're on the bridge.
Let's all just leave again!
Look, I'll do whatever it takes to help you. No matter what. If they can do it on Beta Z, maybe there's another answer for it around the corner. Perhaps we could get the technology and keep improving on it. Don't give up hope. The same way I've never given up hope on us.
Thank you, Jack.
Thank you. This is awkward.
I mean, they all want
I
us
feel like
to
I'm
do
at
it.
work. Well, if they want us to do it.